How's it going, boys? We got another podcast today on TNC Sportscast. We're doing a little 12-man draft that we just did, and we're going to go over it. And we have a special guest, Carter Boley. He was also in the draft tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I was glad. All right. So as we're going on the picks here, I think Tarek comes up first with the 105.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, with those two running backs there, like everybody talks about, Brees and Bijan, and it was very tempting, but I have Amon-Ra in a couple drafts, and I don't want to have to go against him while I already have him.
I agree.
So I went ahead and took Amon-Ra here, and I think just he's been consistent for 2 years already.
Yeah, and he's going to get targets right away.
Yeah, and he got paid.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to target him. And, I mean,
It's just consistent.
Laporta's the only
nothing
other
wrong,
Laporta's the only other main guy in that offense.
I mean, the lines are just going to be fun to watch in general on the offense side.
100%.
Yeah.
With that Jameer
For
Gibbs,
sure.
David Montgomery duo.
All right, now I'm up 1-8. Now, I am definitely tempting running back, either between Brees Hall or Bijan. And I just picked Brees Hall because he had a very solid season last season, and he looks forward to make that big jump into superstar all-pro year.
Especially with that offensive line.
Offensive line.
That offensive line.
And having Aaron Rodgers back is obviously really good.
Oh, yeah.
I was sitting at the 110, and it was a really hard decision between those two running backs, Saquon, Jameer, Jonathan Taylor. That's obviously good, but I usually like starting with the wide receivers, so I started off with Garrett Wilson. I think he'll just have another bounce back year, having his an actually good quarterback now. So
I mean, he's had over 1,000 yards with
mean,
not very
Zach
good quarterbacks.
Wilson.
You think Aaron Rodgers is going to be staying healthy long enough for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean,
Hopefully he can play longer than.
I remember having him last year, and that did not turn out so well. I mean, as what I expected. He was still solid, but not what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the turn, the 2-3, it was I was gonna take Jonathan Taylor if he fell to me, but it was either Travis Etienne or Kyron Williams there, and I decided to go Kyron because of just how he was second in points per game last year for running backs, and I just think he's gonna just keep going up because he's only 23 years
Yeah.
old, so I think he's gonna have another bounce back year.
And his only competition is Corum.
Yeah,
So,
a rookie.
I mean, it's not.
It's nothing to go for him.
And me, Josh Allen, I just like Josh Allen. I have Hey, hold up. Hey, let me tell you something. Last year, I had him, and look at what happened. He had the most fantasy points.
He did.
That's
He
true.
also only made me lose 2 games. And those were the 2 games that you played
I don't
bad.
think it's a bad pick. I think early second round or mid second round. That's
But if
I
it's
did
your guy,
I did
it's your
the
guy.
same
Yeah,
exact
yeah.
thing last season, and
Yeah.
look at what happened.
yeah. I mean, it's true. Well, I've been up and down on the guy I took, Devon A-Chain. I mean, he has boomer bust potential.
Yeah.
But if he's really good, I mean, he's a league winner.
He's
So,
gonna win you weeks. That's all that
Oh, yeah.
matters.
for sure. So I went ahead and grabbed him. I know it's kind of a risky pick. I wanted Pacheco, and he was really far down, and then Reed took him right before me,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh.
Although
saw
I feel
your
like they're
reaction.
just not going to use him in the red zone, Like,
Yeah.
he's just going to be like this, like...
Well, and
like,
he has Mostert.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
could he could
that's
take
what
a
I'm saying.
60-yard. He could take a run from the 60-yard line and take it to touchdown anytime he wants.
He
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
definitely like those like running back wide receiver hybrids, you know.
I've
Like, we're
seen
just
a lot of
seeing-
things about he playing slot too. So
Yeah, that'd be.
how about
Yeah.
your next pick?
But wrapping around, he was also down a little bit on the draft board, but I really wanted to get him. I have him in one league, but kind of missed out on him in a couple others, and I went ahead and grabbed Kamara.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I think
really
it's
like
a-
that pick.
I think it's a pretty decent pick.
I mean, decent pick, but I don't know if it was like third round worthy.
Yeah,
it was
but he
definitely
has
a reach.
such good. So like I had him when he was suspended, and then waited, and dude, he catches so many passes.
He
and
gets a
the
lot of
receiving
targets, yeah.
yards that it's.
I think
so-
he'll have a better year than last year.
Yeah, but
honestly.
what will it be like if he's catching those passes from Derek Carr?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. I mean, you can't really tell. I mean,
Yeah.
and their offensive line is middle of the road. I would think.
definitely.
Yeah.
But Carter,
I mean-
how about you?
Well, third pick, I picked Brandon Ayuk. And then ironically, right after me, it was Deebo Samuel. So back-to-back Niners wide receivers. I mean, I think
Why'd you pick him
Yeah.
over Debo?
because I think Ayuk's gonna be taking that number 1 spot. I mean, Debo's definitely like just one of those like jet sweep wide receivers,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
targeted receivers. You
Yeah,
know,
he's like those big plays, like running the ball too.
And
Yeah.
I think he is gonna stay. I've been
Yeah.
hearing that he's gonna they're really close to the. I mean,
We'll
we
just-
could say that, and then he can get
Yeah,
traded
he's gonna get
tomorrow.
traded tomorrow,
so.
yeah.
we'll just see how the season goes for the Niners.
Plus,
in general.
Brandon Ayuk is that big play guy. I decided to go with Chris Olave at the 310. I mean, he could be taken between the 210 and the 2.8. Like he could be
Yeah.
taken that high. So I decided to just take the value. He's there. I mean, he's gonna get so many targets. Obviously, Derek Carr is Derek Carr, but I think he's still gonna have that decent, maybe like 1,000, 1,100 a year.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I was really debating on my pick between Ayuk or Olave.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
I looked at Olave's bye week and already have 2 people on week 12 bye week. So
Yeah.
whenever that thing comes, that's going to be hitting like a prime leg
Yeah.
Lewis.
And
Yeah.
then I was sitting at the 4-3 here, and I just saw my guy Cooper Kupp. I mean, I think he'll be a stud this year.
You know, I hate you for that.
Yeah, I know. I saw you be mad.
I have
but-
Cooper Kupp in every single
Yeah,
league.
he could possibly be that wide receiver one. I mean, I've seen a lot of camp talk about him run or offense running through him and stuff like this. So I just took him because I think it's a value. Pick.
Well, how will he pair with Puka?
I
I
think he's
don't
gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I've been high on him ever since I've started doing mocks because dude, he's has just as much potential as Puka, and you get him 2 rounds later, 3 rounds later.
Yeah,
The real
and he's
question-
been moving up on the
Another
board.
Yeah.
question is Puka going to be 1 or
Well,
2?
he's hurt right now.
So
So
I
he
think
could be out a
they're
couple-
1A, 1B in my
Yeah,
opinion. So.
I mean,
All right.
Cooper Kupp used to
Yeah.
be one of the best players. So
Yep. My next pick, Michael Pittman. He's been consistent all last year. He's probably going to be more consistent this year. If Anthony Richardson doesn't use his body like a battering ram,
yeah,
then
think
maybe
so.
Why
he'll-
else did you draft him? Because you're sadly a Colts fan. Is that why?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm proud to be a
Proud
Colts fan.
Colts fan. Well, coming over to my pick, I went ahead and grabbed DK, another guy I've been high on, especially
I
with
like
the
that pick, though.
with the new offensive
Yeah,
coordinator
that's
and
good.
everything. Yeah, between him and I don't think Lockett's gonna get targeted that much, but I think him and JSN
Yeah.
will definitely have some competition.
I mean, DK is like DK. If
Yeah.
I was his OC, I would throw him the ball a lot, obviously.
Yeah,
but
especially that game they called it differently, that Dallas game last year, and
And
he had like
they
almost
force-fed
40.
him the,
He had
yeah.
almost 40 points in fantasy.
He had
Yeah.
almost 20 in just one play.
Yeah.
almost.
that one big huge touchdown on Darren Bland.
And that was the first play.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I feel like, yes, there's a risk because he has been drafted higher than, like, his position isn't worth, like, his previous
Yeah.
stuff that he's done.
He's,
But also
in my
it's-
opinion, he's drafted at his floor. Like
Yeah.
that is where his floor is, and he could be higher.
Yeah, for sure.
And as you can see on the video, there is a huge quarterback run.
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
Tarek. So
yeah. So
let's see what he did here.
I kind of made a mistake. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And that's
I thought it was just gonna be like those 4, and then it was gonna kind of die down. So I went ahead and grabbed Mark Andrews, which he's a really good tight end.
Top tier.
Probably should have grabbed the quarterback, but
I mean, some of those, but you can't tell.
I mean
You
I
can't
should have
know that.
taken at least
I mean,
Love
this
or
is kind of
Richardson.
like this is kind of what I mentioned earlier. I like taking my QBs pretty
Yeah.
early just to be very
Yeah.
safe.
But
Now, next pick, Kyle Pitts. I mean, I definitely could have went with a stack with Kincaid, but in my fantasy play style, I don't do stacks because it's really hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they have a
And-
bad game, then you're screwed,
Exactly.
you
And
lose.
plus, it really is like if Josh Allen throws to like Khalil Shakir
Yeah.
for so many yards, then I'm not getting the right stack.
And Kyle
Yeah.
Pitts could be the biggest hit of the he is
Oh, yeah.
he could be so.
I've been
good.
seeing videos
Yeah.
at camp, and he's Kirk's favorite
Yeah.
red zone target. So
Well, yeah, he's 6'6".
yeah, he's
Let's
big
just
boy.
say I was so mad at this pick. I wanted Kyler Murray so bad. Benjamin Orr, shout out to you for taking him. But I wanted Kyler. He's going to be so good. He's going to run the ball, and his new offense is going to be so good. I decided I'll take the next best thing. Jordan Love, I think he'll be good. He threw, 35 touchdowns last year. He's still going to do the same thing.
You could have let him fall to me.
No.
It's still weird saying that he's so good coming from a Bears fan.
I know I'm a Bears fan, but fantasy,
Just think about fantasy.
With this turnaround 6'3", I had only one running back at this point, so I decided I didn't really like who I saw, but one that stuck out is my guy James Conner. I really like him
It's a
this
good
year.
pick.
Yeah, and
I
you
think-
suck for that
Yeah,
because
You
that
were
was my
taking-
next pick.
yeah, I think he's gonna be really good. He's gonna be a pass catcher, the 3-down running back. He's in. I mean, hopefully he doesn't get hurt, but
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
Now,
Hopefully.
They
Nah.
did, like I think you said earlier, they came out and or you were telling me that they came out and said that he's gonna be like the workhorse.
Yeah, he's gonna
back.
be the workhorse. Yeah.
So that could be
Pain.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
my next pick, it was definitely between a predicament of Swift or Montgomery. I went Montgomery because
Yeah.
I just know the line's all line
Two-headed
good.
horse right there.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Exactly.
he's probably gonna get what, a 45% snap share, and
Yeah.
he might be even the red zone.
Yeah, my only
Yeah,
concern
so-
is just share snaps with Jameer Gibbs, and also there's just so many weapons in Detroit. I mean,
Yeah.
look at all
Yeah.
the offensive
Amon-Ra.
players:
Yeah.
Amon-Ra, Sam
Jameer
Laporta,
Gibbs.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs.
I mean
It's-
that you can take that though when you have Brees Hall. So
Yeah.
you just need a guy that can hit too. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, and we talked about, a lot of quarterbacks went.
Yeah.
So I was hoping he did fall. He was the last guy I was
Tier,
really
yeah.
wanting. So I went ahead and grabbed Purdy. I just think, I mean, he's in a really good offense, and he does, even though it's just kind of screens and everything, he still gets quite a bit of
I mean, you have
fantasy
you have
points.
the top 2 yards after catch players
Yeah,
in the league last
and
year.
you got
He's
Kittle,
a
you
certified game manager.
You got Brandon Ayuk,
Yeah.
you got Kittle, Debo, and CMC.
It's hard to. I mean,
Yeah.
Heck,
ruin
I
that.
could
I mean-
probably be drafted in that position on that team.
Yeah. And then, yes, it's a little controversial to take back-to-back quarterbacks, but I kind of panicked after I didn't get my quarterback, so I grabbed Caleb.
And that's
Yeah,
why
it makes me kind of,
that's why you don't wait.
he
dude.
could be so good.
He
though.
could be
Like,
good, and I hate saying that as
Yeah,
a Packers
I know.
fan, but it's okay. It's okay.
I
So
don't know, man. So yeah, this is weird. Cooper, you're praising Jordan Love. Tarek, you're praising
Yeah,
Caleb
I
Williams.
know,
Yet
I know.
Caleb Williams has yet to play
Play a
a single down in the regular season.
yeah, I know.
Who'd you take at the 7th round, Carter?
I took Jaden Reed.
That's
Yeah.
fine pick.
It's
I mean,
definitely like a good, solid pick.
yeah. It's not one of those like, oh my god, I got this player, but
He is a Packer though. He's
yeah, I
like my
guess, whatever,
gloriousness.
yeah.
Okay, chill out with that. Only I can do that around here.
So
also, again, isn't Jaden Reed wide receiver 1?
I think he is. It's between him and Watson.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
And
right
Watson
now,
gets
looking
hurt.
at my team, 3 wide receiver 1s, this is looking pretty
Yeah.
good.
So I have 3 wide receivers going in the 6th round or 7th round, sorry. And I thought I would just go for a little bit of upside. I've heard a lot of good things coming out of camp from him, and I think he's going to be that number 1 target for the Chargers. So I went Ladd McConkey. I think he'll be that slot guy. I mean, you had Justin Herbert. He's going to be a stud. I mean, there's no one else to throw the ball really.
You also got Quentin Johnson.
I'm good.
yeah.
And then there was the tier of tight ends really just fell off, and I really wanted Ingram or Ferguson to fall because I know they kind of go in my range, but they didn't. So I had to adjust. I went a little David Njoku. He's not one of those like, oh my god, sexy picks, you know.
That's
but
still a good pick.
It's
I
not
think
bad-
he'll be a
he's not
solid,
bad tight
like,
end.
9, 10 points, maybe a touchdown, 17
Yeah.
points. And with all my good wide receivers, I think a solid tight end will be good here
Yeah.
because it's either him or I wait even farther for a guy like that I don't want. So
Yeah. For
Again, for me, I picked for Raheem. I mean, he's definitely
The upside there,
Yeah, upside, definitely a red zone threat.
Not good for
Let-
me.
yeah. I mean, he could easily have more points than Devon.
I know Tarek definitely had flashbacks of him last year
Yes,
in
I
week 3.
did.
Yeah.
I know you had flashbacks of that Cowboys defense last year, week 1 too.
Hey, I'm still 3-1 against you. I don't know why you're still
I
talking.
guess we'll see this year though.
Yeah, for real. But on to my pick. I went ahead and went Najee. I know it's.
I like that.
Do you?
I like that pick.
You
though.
know,
with
here's the
Jalen
thing.
Warren out,
He's
yeah.
hurt. They have Arthur Smith who likes to
Run
have
the ball.
physical runners. Sadly, not Bijan because he's kind of elusive and they didn't really utilize him. But
His upside's there.
Najee's,
Yeah.
I think he can. He has a couple good weeks in a row. The
Yeah.
first couple weeks, I think
He's a
it's-
touchdown guy, but
Yeah, for sure. And then on the wraparound, another pick. I kind of realized I didn't really have a lot of receivers, so there wasn't a lot left. But I've been hearing really good things about Brian Thomas, the
Yeah, me
rookie
too.
to Jacksonville. Him and Trevor.
he's
seem
an
to-
upside guy. You can.
Yeah, him and Trevor seem to be having a good deep threat connection,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
good, especially for fantasy if you're getting
Yeah.
long
I have
balls
no
and stuff.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
but what about you,
Alright.
Carter?
Well, my next pick, I went Hollywood Brown because again, at Kansas City, you could pretty much just be any.
Yeah,
you can
could
put
be-
any wide receiver
Yeah.
in that thing, and they'll probably
If
put up 13
Mahomes
points
likes
a
you, you're
game.
gonna get a lot of points.
Just if they can catch the ball, then
Hopefully they're better
just
than
do that.
Kadarius. I started him though.
Yeah.
is he still on the team?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's like the
How
wide
is he
receiver.
not
He's like
cut?
the wide receiver 7
Yeah,
right now, I think, or
but,
something like that.
Nah, he should probably be the ball holder. Wait, no, never mind.
The
He couldn't
placeholder.
catch the snap.
So in the 9th round, I saw JSN was still on the board. I liked the upside on that as well, so I went with him. I just been hearing a lot of good things with camp. I hear that he's playing the slot, and I mean that new guy coming out of Washington, the OC, he just loves to pass the ball.
Yeah.
That's
And
good pick.
was it Rome or Jalen Polk was one of the slots for Washington, and they had a big year last year in college. So I think it's going to transition to the NFL, especially with they'll be heavy on DK, and then Tyler Lockett's getting a little older, so I think Jason will have a big year this
You
year.
know, looking at your team, I think you're an Ohio State fan. You have Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and
Yeah, I'm
JSN.
just noticing that, but OH, right? OHIO. I like Ohio State.
Not when they play Michigan.
Don't even talk to me. This year, this is the year. This is the year.
This is the year.
You say that every year.
Oh, you got to do your.
You got
what about
your-
the
you
wrap
got your
round?
Oh,
other
the rap
pick.
round. Oh, I didn't even forgot about
Jeez.
that.
That's that Ohio State knowledge right
Oh
there.
my god! All right, I went running back here. I have two running backs. I need an upside guy, so I went Tajay Spears. I mean Tony Pollard went 4 rounds ahead of him, so I think Tajay Spears is a great steal there.
That's
I think
good,
he
right?
could easily be the running back one.
He's
He's
going to split.
yeah. He's a great pass catcher. He could be easily the top guy that gets the ball, but those two guys, if one of them gets hurt, he's going to be a stud.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. My next pick, I went TJ Hawkinson. I know it's probably a little early, but again, like I got 12 weeks
Yeah.
until I have to put him in.
Yeah.
And
I like
plus, he's still like, for him to recover. And right now, he's looking pretty good. Not as a recovery speedy as Nick Chubb, but he's definitely getting up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Tarek?
Well, like I said before, I really just needed some receivers. I didn't have a lot of depth, but I went with A.D. Mitchell.
That's not a bad pick either.
I saw him play in that against, I think it was Cincinnati that the Colts went
Yep.
against.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he caught a touchdown. And
Yeah.
Richardson likes him. He's a big body. He's
It's fast.
yeah. Ran he's like what, like 6 some. He's like
6'3", I think.
6'3",
Definitely
and he
tall.
ran like a 4.3 something.
Not only
That's-
4.3, but he has over a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah, for sure. And then on the wraparound, another guy I've been seeing at a camp. I know he has Zach Moss's competition, but Chase Brown.
He could be that pass catcher.
Yeah,
I think so.
for sure. But
Although how they utilize them as Joe Burrow and the
Yeah.
offense are so pass heavy.
yeah.
Next pick, that was a panic pick. My computer froze, so I had to get on my phone.
It's
I
not
was
bad though. It's a good backup.
No, it's
Oh.
not because they both have the same bye week. So I panicked. I'm definitely gonna try to trade him away.
That's not bad though. He could.
Trevor's still decent
Yeah.
though.
And then
But I have no use
Yeah.
of him.
and then in the 11th round, I went Jerome Ford. He's obviously the starter. I mean, you saw him last year when Nick Chubb got hurt. He's a solid put in pick and play guy, and I feel like he'll do exactly that when I need a player to go in. Like Kyron has a bye week on week 6, so I can shove him in to put up decent points, and he might get a touchdown here.
I mean, I was debating
man.
between Chase Brown and Jerome
Yeah,
Ford
yeah.
on my picks. So.
And then on the wraparound, I was like, oh, whoa, he's still on the board. Khalil Shakir, I think he could easily be the wide receiver one for a really good offense. I mean, you have Josh Allen. How can that be a bad offense?
How do you
But
feel about that, Carter?
yeah, yeah, he
Carter
did
seemed
want-
very upset that
Yeah.
Khalil Shakir was
But I
taken.
think, I mean, he showed that he's pretty good, and I think he could easily have that bounce up year. I mean, it's either Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir. So
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of just wanted to get over with, get my kicker and defense in the next rounds. I picked Young Oku. He's
solid
You
guy.
know,
I mean,
good
high scoring
kicker.
offense, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Falcons are beat.
he's also probably one of the best kickers in the league.
Yeah, for sure. But I wanted to get a backup tight end. Went ahead and grabbed Kate Otten.
Nothing too special.
He's not very good, but I needed a backup, and then got my kicker in Jake Moody on the wraparound.
Yeah.
You went defense.
Browns defense.
defense.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best defenses in the league, so.
Yeah, that's just AFC North aggression.
I saw that I needed a backup quarterback. I kind of was looking at a couple wide receivers, like some upside guys, but I was like, I need a backup. So I went with Baker Mayfield. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing too special. Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield.
Baker
so.
Mayfield or Baker may sell you.
Nope, he's going to win me weeks. He's going to win me weeks.
Baker Mayfield or Baker may
so-
get you in last place.
No, I'm not getting last. I can take it up. This team's too good.
You don't have CD Lamb.
He's good. Okay, on the wraparound, I got Jason Sanders. I mean, Miami's a high-scoring offense, so I just decided to go them.
Yeah. And then Carter, who'd you get?
I auto drafted.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
who'd you get?
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis.
Hey, he
shout
might- he
out,
might score you
shout
30
out
points.
Trap House Sports, depressed Cowboys fan.
yeah, Gabe Davis.
And then I just went ahead and grabbed. I didn't get any of my Packers guys, so I wanted to pick one up. I went Dontavian Wicks. He's been looking pretty good. I mean, it's
He
just
could be good.
it's just a bench spot
You
right
picked
now.
one of the worst Packers players.
I know
Yeah.
it's there. Is
I mean, if Christian Watson's hurt, then he's gonna be playing a lot.
yeah,
Might as well just drafted their kicker.
And then on the wraparound,
the wraparound, I just went Texas defense.
Nothing too special.
Yeah, and you got auto drafted Rashid Shaheed, and then
I like
Who'd
it,
you
but
go?
again,
I went Seahawks defense just for the matchup against. I think it's the Broncos week 1. Yeah, Broncos week 1. I mean, you got a rookie or you got some bum. So
You know what I just realized looking at my auto drafted picks?
two. the same bye week.
Look at their bye week.
Week 12. Week 12. Yeah.
you have a lot of the same bye week, Carter.
Hey, I know it's still gonna be like a while away.
He'll get through. He'll
Yeah,
get through.
he'll get
He'll
through.
persevere and get through.
But what's your top picks for? What's your best and worst pick for me?
I think I like the Najee pick. That's a really good pick. It's a steal.
I like the DK pick in the
yeah.
4th round.
And then I think we both agreed that we didn't like you waiting on the quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably shouldn't.
How about for me?
For you, Coop, I really like the Cooper Cup,
I like the
Pick.
James Conner.
James
Yeah.
Conner, but I think David Njoku could be a liability
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit. It's just kind of, as a tight end one, it's just kind of a liability.
I'm honestly kind of questioning about Ladd McConkey.
Yeah.
He's kind of the upside guy. But for you, Carter, I really like that Raheem pick. He could
Yeah.
outscore Devon after 6 rounds. But I don't like how you drafted 2 quarterbacks with the same bye
Yeah.
week.
Panic.
Same thing.
Yeah, but I think the draft went very well for all of us. I think we all like our teams and. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Carter, for joining us.
My pleasure.
We'll be posting a lot of these because we're in way too many leagues. And see ya.